I'm doing. All right, there we go. All right. Now I am multi-streaming. I am just full of surprises. All right, so tonight's special guest tonight that we're going to be interviewing live here from the Splitz. Bitz with Splitz. Hi, how are you? Cool. Glad you guys can make it. All right. So, Poetry Ninja. Uh, perfect. Yeah, so my interviewee, he wanted to be addressed as the Poetry Ninja, so that's his character name. So very cool, it's a very interesting furry and suitor and all that stuff. I don't think he's a suitor, my bad. Anyway, so we'll be interviewing him in a little bit. I'll cue him in when he's ready on my little laptop there. So, other than that, how are you guys doing tonight? Please tell me, message me, and I will try to answer you guys as we go along. Why, hello there. We got Fluffy B, we got James, we got Fluffy, we got some. All right, we got Jerome. All right, perfect. Glad you guys can make it tonight. All right. So I'm the interview doctor. We got the Poetry Ninja, very talented. He's done a little bit of everything. He studied art, he studied music, he studied theater. So whenever I need bits and pieces of like knowing how to do better with my shows, knowing how to do better things with like my dancings and recordings, this is the guy to go to. So he studied theater and art. So I like to find out what he's got going on. So how are you guys doing tonight? Hold on. Let me scroll down. I just kind of wish the messaging on the Facebook Live would just automatically update. All right. And we got Venom Wolf. All right. Glad you can make it. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, he's messaging me. Uh-oh. So you might be interviewing very quickly. All right. I will wave each one of you wonderful people on my Instagram. All right. Cool. So some cool things. So what have you guys been doing since last week? Have you gotten anything cool or new or accomplished? Have you done some schooling? Have you talked to some family? Have you started new projects? It's kind of the way the thing is with this kind of whole Corona kind of thing going on. So always find a new hobby or something to kill the time and stuff. Besides me, I got work, I got school. Back today, I just got done volunteering. So, whew, what a day it's been. So yes, exactly. All right. So, oh my goodness. Why, thank you, Fluffy B. I love you too. That was really sweet of you. I'll take all the hearts I can get. All right. Snowblake is coming. Uh oh, we're getting a bunch of hot. All right, all right. Just been doing some art and did a full suit outing. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, usually I squeezed my little suitings out yesterday, but today I was just like, yep. Originally I was gonna, sometimes I like to do full suit interviews. I'm like, oh, it's sweaty. So I'll just throw my head on because it's in Florida, it's a little bit on the warm side. All right, is he ready? Okay, he is confirmed, ready when you are. So I'm going to bring him up on my little laptop, and I'm going to introduce you wonderful fuzzies to my interviewee tonight, Poetry Ninja. Phone call going out. Will he answer? We will find out. There we go. We have some noise. Ring a ding ding. If you're gonna answer. Oh, oh, uh-oh. Might be busy. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm kind of sweaty, but actually overall okay.
You're a little bit on the sweaty side? Oh no, wait a minute, you're in Minnesota. How can you be sweating?
It's 92 degrees here.
It's actually hotter in Minnesota than it is in Florida. No freaking.
How hot is it in there?
Dude, it's like 75 degrees down here.
Oh, Lord.
It is literally hotter in Minnesota than it is down here in Florida. I think it's the end of the world or something, huh? What are the odds?
Oh, that's insane.
I know, right? Actually, that's where I'm originally from. So I'm from where you're from. I'm originally from Minnesota, and don't get me wrong. Sometimes in July it gets nasty up there too. I could not agree with you more. What was that one 4th of July? It was like 115 out. It was just torture. Oh jeez. So that things been going pretty good. So just hot and sweaty and nasty. So well, what do you think, there, Poetry Ninja? Should we just cut right to the chase? You get a selection. When I do the interview with you, you can either go where I got a set bank of like 20 questions I can ask that I already have written down, or you just have me ask questions off the top of my head, and these wonderful viewers get to see what we've been talking about. What do you think? All right.
I don't know why I keep getting notifications.
Somebody is calling me. Is that you with the Facebook Messenger ringer going?
Oh my gosh. Okay, now I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
Me and technology just don't really work.
No, I agree with you, dude. I have like my good days and my bad days. Like some days, like right now, I'm multi-streaming. I'm doing all this, no problem. And then the next day, I'm like, Control, Alt, what? How do I copy and paste? It's just like it's. So I have my dumb days and my good days. But yeah, luckily today it's a good day. So, all right. So here we go. I got my set of questions. I will let them out. We got a wonderful viewers checking us out. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. So we're all over the place. So, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Right is ready. Let's see. My questions are. Oh, cool. Oh, no drawing of me as a Digimon.
Oh, cool.
I know, right? I know, exactly, dude. Doesn't he look awesome? I know. I was like, Splitz. Of course, I got permission. I played by the rules. All right. Anyway, my questions are. Here we go. Perfect. All right. Without further ado, Poetry Ninja, we got our first question. What is your persona or personas, if you have any?
So I have my one main persona and I have another character that's associated with it. But the big question is, do you want the long or the short story?
What do we want, audience? We want it all. Tell us.
Okay, so my persona is Tamayoshi.
Ooh.
He is a green fur-colored timber wolf with woody clay, and he is known as a sworn protector of Lake Superior and all of Furland.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Oh man,
He has a very tragic backstory that I'm still kind of working through in many aspects of it all. Essentially, he was orphaned at birth. His parents killed him along with his pack. And essentially, the spirit of Lake Superior took it upon herself to gift him with a untapped power that exists within all creatures. In turn, she gave him the ability to change back and forth between sort of an anthro and a feral form, to be able to fight off against any sort of threats that may come.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. Fantastic. That's really cool to get to hear those kinds of powers from the mighty Lake Superior. Because, well, as we know, a lot of stories about Lake Superior are sometimes not the greatest ones. I mean, Gordon Lightfoot wrote that song about the Edmund Fitzgerald. That was a bad example of Lake Superior.
Yeah, and that's not just the only ship that has sunk on the lake.
Oh, lots of
I have a
them.
very deep connection with Lake Superior, and so that was kind of the big main inspiration for bringing out my persona in the story, was because I've literally grown up and been with Lake Superior all my life. Because ever since I was, even the year before I was born, my parents and my family have been making it just a tradition to go up to Lake Superior for about a week during sort of the big peak season when the waves are just starting to crest and bring about the gales of November. As many people who know about Lake Superior know of that very fabled name of that time of year.
Mm-hmm.
And so having that deep connection in those many, many years of going up there constantly, I had this gave me inspiration as I was just starting to discover the community of bringing about this persona that was not particularly the normal set what a persona would normally be.
Exactly. That's what's kind of nice. Like when you have a lot of deep meaning behind your persona, that some just like you have like a good deep backstory. I mean, my my Dutchie, he's got some just basic design story, but then they have like you can come up with a whole book on your entire creature persona. It's amazing what you can do. Let's see. Here we go. Second question. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food? Ooh.
Oh yeah, I just went there.
It's kind of a difficult one to actually pinpoint because I like different types of foods, but at the same time, I'm very, very picky about what I eat because I do have a little bit of a texture issue when I eat certain types of foods. In fact, just this morning, I was with my uncle. He gave me some radishes to try, and because they weren't quite cut at the right size, the texture just didn't agree with me, and my body kind of reacted as it usually does. So there's a few foods that are in my top tier of favorites, but my one that I always love to get is deep fried alligator.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I'm sure it's pretty prevalent down there in Florida.
Oh yeah, dude. Every shop and there's just this selling gator, snake. They sell it all down here. Especially they got like they're also pretty it's the south, so there's a lot of good barbecue joints and everything like that. And there's strangely enough, there's a golden corral around every curve. Apparently, that's a popular item down here. Up there, there's only like the one like I think lacrosse, and I think there's one that just got built in the cities recently. But like golden corrals are a rarity.
Yeah, I think the only one that I know of in Minnesota is in a little town called Maple Grove, where it's literally just a whole town of shopping centers.
Yeah.
And it took over when Old Country Buffet pretty much disappeared. I have no idea if they're still open with how things are right now.
Right. Yeah, they're still closed down here because of the COVID for sure. But I'm just like, God, I would give for some chocolate waterfall and steak right now. The things I would do to go to Golden Corral right now, I tell you. All right. Question 3. How long have you been a furry and/or in the fandom?
Woo!
Oh yeah.
I've been in the fandom for about 10 years.
Nice. Nice.
I discovered it when I was doing sort of another passion of mine. I was out at a card playing tournament of sorts with a friend, and I was facing off against a particular individual using a deck that was focused on his persona. And I became very curious and checked it out a little bit. And I loved it at first. There was one particular incident that kind of deterred me away for maybe about a month, but then I was right back into it.
Oh, amazing. What kind of card?
Yu-Gi-Oh, actually. That's one of
Okay. Cool. I was like, I heard cards and I'm just like, oh, Stat the Gathering, dude. I played that when I was a teenager. I got me some Magic. I was like, that could also a person could probably theme their persona around that too. I bet they have the right cards. All right, sweet. All right, next question. Ah, what what do you like about the furry fandom? What are your favorite things about the fandom?
Oh, where to start? One of my big favorite ones about furry is probably the whole aspect of being welcoming and respectful of everyone's interests and sort of situations in their life, because I've been a part of different groups and different fandoms over the years, and I haven't seen anything more welcoming and invoking positive reinforcement through everything. Because literally we're all just a bunch of collective artists doing all sorts of different passions, and we, most of the time, try to bring about that positivity and encouragement to keep going and do what we love.
Agreed. And it comes in all ways, shapes, and forms. In the fandom, you got your suit makers, your crafters, you got your artists, you got your dancers. Oh, did I say that? No. Anyway, you got your dancers. Even now, they got like different things like the DJs doing the music. They got the furry band. It just seems like there's so many ways that you can bring something to the fandom table, and it doesn't matter like skill level. It's just like if you like to do it, then do it. That's what I love about it. And they're just like, oh great, this artist is really good and made art. It's fantastic. It doesn't have to be like you know, like you said, it's so welcoming, and that's the idea is to spread the positivity because it's really a safe haven, a place where a lot of people they just can be themselves, and we love and accept them that way.
Yeah, I actually have a positive story to kind of tell about that.
Oh,
and I'll try to make it really quick because we don't want to go into too much detail. But I work staff at another convention here in town, and one of our early years, I had to actually go to a funeral to one of my mentors in life, and it happened to fall just on the Saturday of the convention, and I knew I had to go to it. So throughout the whole entire day, I was probably the most invested I had ever been during this sort of convention. And literally every single person, from guest of honor to just the smallest attendee, was trying to make sure I was doing okay, making sure that I was feeling okay, trying to make me feel better and still give positivity. And I've never actually gotten that from any sort of convention that I've ever been part of. I go to anime conventions, I go to gaming conventions, I go to science fiction and comic book conventions. I bring that stuff up to people, and some people who are close to me feel that passion of trying to reassure me that everything's going to be okay, but most people just kind of push it off.
right. Agreed. And, yeah, it's just amazing, and yeah, exactly. Like sometimes I've been to conventions and I'll bring up a situation, and it's like you said, it's exactly like that. Some of these furries, no matter what level they are, they're walking like, tell me, how was it? Blah blah blah. Oh my god, and then they, when in doubt, they just give you a hug and it feels better. And they tell you it's okay, and somehow it works. And before you know, you're just, dang, I'm in a good mood now. So it's amazing how they even said even psychologically is that when you're at these conventions, it boosts your serotonin levels in your head. So just before you know it, hence throughout the entire weekend, you're just so in awe and excited and happy, and then unfortunately the post-con depression on the Sunday at the closing ceremony, serotonin is, so yeah.
It's like me going on vacation. It's that full slap of reality of going back to the rat race. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind that in order to keep that fun and positivity going, you do have to balance it out with a little bit of depressing work.
Yep.
It's like the kind of back and forth balance of karma.
Right, exactly, dude. I hear you. I mean, and I even did a video way long ago when I first kind of became more open to fandom about how to fight post-con depression. That's one of the biggest things. Go on to different media platforms. Go on to Facebook. Go on to Telegram. Keep in touch with all these furries they met at the convention. Before you know it, it's the next best thing. I mean, especially now with everything being virtual cons, So, yeah. Lots of ways to still be in touch with your furry side without actually being at the convention. So.
I think that's kind of a positive thing with the situation that we're in now is that if we had this type of situation happening in the world 20, maybe 30 years ago, it would have been extremely difficult to try and stay in touch with people or have even virtual conventions.
Yep. Now take a look at it, no problem. We got different Instagram, we got Facebook, we got YouTube, we got a bunch of ways to just make all this stuff live and happening. So, uh, Anthrocon right now, virtual is finishing up tonight. the dance comp, and my boy Ray's out on the dance floor. Let's see. Hopefully he wins. We'll see. But I just, back to, anyway, back to the subject before I start getting annoying. All right. Next one. What do you do for work or school outside the fandom?
Oh goodness. So my main work that I do as income is I do receptionist work at an optical retailer store.
Okay.
I don't want to drop the name of it because even though my coworkers and my boss know I'm a furry and are supportive of my activities,
Right.
The company probably wouldn't necessarily be too positive about having that furry reinforcement. So I'll just leave it at that.
There we go.
But my main work that I put most of my effort into is acting.
Nice.
So I do a lot of theater performing. I do a lot of stage performances, stage work. I've done roughly about, I want to say, 20 to 25 shows in my 20-year, maybe 15-year span of acting.
That's cool. Oh, Dan, what kind of shows have you done? Name up. If you got any ones that are I guess I'm sure there's some theatricals in here, but yeah, you want to name a few that you were doing?
So my biggest ones that I always name off as sort of my best shows because I mostly do musicals.
Okay.
I have done some other regular theater shows. Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my God, yeah.
I played Monsieur de R.
Oh really?
Most people don't know who he is, but I made so much of an impression with not only the director but the rest of my castmates that it became a universal role for me whenever I auditioned with this company.
That's awesome.
Another one I can't go into too much detail for because I know the rating for this type of show that we're doing, but it's Mary Salt.
Oh, nice.
And that one is kind of a very unknown type of drama piece about angels rebelling against God.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
All right. When in doubt. Nice.
The other ones that I have done that I love a lot are You're in Town.
Yes.
I've done 2 productions of it, but the first one is probably the better one of the 2 that I've ever done. Just because no other time in my career have I ever been so proud and happy to say that I played a footstool as a role. It was for a particular number. It was for the villain of the show. And the director just kind of directed me to say, I want you to get on your knees and be this guy's footstool. And I sold it to the point where I was smiling and bobbing my head to the lyrics. And it also didn't help that every single performance there was someone in my family that was literally in my direction, so they saw me doing this in front of them.
Nice. Nice.
And not to take up too much more of the time with this, but the last show that I'll talk about is one that I did last year called Flashlights.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
That one was a collection of 20 plus plays that were about 5 to 7 minutes apiece, and we had the audience kind of shout out which one we would perform, and we only had an hour to perform it every play.
Oh, dude. Like a whose line is it anyway kind of situation. Holy smokes, they just whipped it up. That's good.
Yeah, so we had a lot of rehearsal sessions where we had to memorize all of our lines and our blocking literally within the first 2 weeks of doing the show. And then the rest of the time we spent it rattling off everything for each piece and randomizing which shows we were going to be doing. So it was a very fast-paced show, and a lot of adrenaline involved with all of us cast members. There were a couple of pieces that I loved that I had a part in where I was sort of the lead. One was where I had audio skin modifications that would happen to my body slowly because it was a science fiction.
Wow.
And slowly but surely, each piece of my body that was replaced with a robotic application,
Huh.
slowly but surely had the robots take over the rest of my body.
Wow.
And then the other one was where I was tied up to a chair and I was basically interrogated by a person from the future who had seen me change over time into a ruthless dictator. And I'm trying to convince this person that he shouldn't kill me.
Huh. Love it. That's awesome, dude. That's fantastic. Just to see, this gets me like a thought. I want to see. It's like I've seen me a player or two here and there, the classics like Romeo and Juliet, and so on and so forth, and My Town, and The Wiz, and this and that. I'm just like, yeah, I got to admit, I love playing some musicals, so it'd be definitely somewhere checking out for sure. So,
yeah, if you ever come up into Minneapolis or St. Paul, just by fact alone, and this is why I still live here, is that we have more theaters per capita than any other city in the world. More so than New York, more so than Chicago, and definitely more so than California.
Damn. There you go, folks. Head up to the Minneapolis area. If you want to see this guy doing some fantastic acting, what better than to check it out? So, absolutely fantastic. We'll definitely check it out. I'm originally from there, and I've seen a play or two down in the cities. So, all right.
I would try to advertise about the show that I'm doing, but back when everything was happening was right when we were starting rehearsal for it.
Yep.
So right now the theater community is definitely hurting. So if you do see fundraisers to help out the artist community here in Minneapolis, just kind of a selfish try to donate to all of those because all of the theaters are closed everywhere.
Absolutely, folks. If you ever get the chance, absolutely great fundraiser for the theaters and actors and actresses. Because yeah, they're definitely going through a hard time, especially with this COVID social distancing and no theaters, no football games. There's nothing. I mean, we got to do what we can to help each other out. Absolutely. All right. Next question. Ah, conventions. How many have you been to, and what is your favorite convention?
So are we talking just furry conventions or just conventions in general?
No, that's actually a good one. I guess we're doing a furry interview, but let's leave it open to your interpretation. What's your how many regular comic conventions or whatever? How many furry conventions? What was your favorite one?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember exactly which conventions I've been to.
Nice.
I haven't been to any out-of-state conventions, so I don't expect to say anything on MFF or Anthropon.
Okay.
But now it's actually rattle the socks, so give me a minute.
I know you're good.
Let's say it's about 7 conventions that I've gone
Nice. Nice. Not bad. You got me beat. I've only been to three. Well, three and a half. Technically, I count Halloween. That's like a little mini one night convention in Orlando. They do it at like a Freemason lodge, and they have music, and they have a costume contest, and of course dancing and some food. It was fantastic. I count that as a half convention, but then MFF, Texas Furry Fiesta, or TFF, and then of course my hometown right now, Megaplex in Orlando. So, oh yeah.
That's actually fine because I was counting a 1 day convention that a friend of mine was running because she was running a Henry Clutter high school. She was trying to run a 1 day convention to make up money for the club to go to a convention here in town that I don't go to every year. president and one of the founders of my college's anime club when I graduated.
Oh, nice.
So I got all of my club members to kind of go. It initially started with me getting the report the week before it was going to happen, and our meeting was going to be the day before the actual convention itself. So I put the advertisement out to every single member and said, hey, it's only a small fee and it's a pretty short convention. Why not give it a go? And we got them enough money just from our club alone for paying the registration fee and donated to different fundraising spots of where their convention was being held to get them to be able to get it all situated and have their club go.
That's fantastic. Amazing when things like that can do. It just love when our children work. The anime conventions do it, the furry conventions all do it. I mean, good God, it was, I'm not bad. It was like close to $100,000 went to like the animal shelter there. I was just like, that is phenomenal for things that we can do. We put our mind to it. All right.
But to actually answer the question of what's my favorite is still probably my home furry convention, which is Furry Migration.
Nice. Oh, so that means I gotta go to that one in my home state, right? I gotta go to that one at some point. What's furry migration?
So it usually happens around late August, sometime in September. We were going to have it late September this year, but we, of course, canceled everything because of it. I say we because I am on staff. I've been working staff since the second year of the convention's beginning. We are the first and only furry convention in Minnesota, and we have been doing it for about 6 or 7 years now.
Oh. Dang,
and we are not for profit.
Good. Yeah, I definitely will. Once we get this kind of thing solved and open back up again, I definitely gotta check that out. That one's such a furry because it's right around my birthday. Woo! That'd be a good time because I come home and visit in August, so.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I know, right? It'd be awesome just to run into each other. I'll show up in suit or out of suit or whatever. We'll have fun.
Well, if you catch me in the late hours, you'll pretty much find me in Party Row because that's my staff position.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Usually, what I like to do is at any convention I go to, I have like an obsession to volunteers. So there's always volunteers needed. I would love to help out. So we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Did you tell your family, friends, or coworkers about being a furry? And if so, how did they react? Devious.
Actually, sort of answered this question.
Yeah, you did.
So, for the most part, my family was a little bit unsure at first, but over time, they pretty much adopted it as just another hobby and another form of art. Pretty much the whole rest of my family, other than my one cousin's husband, is just a little bit weirded out, just because he's more focused on what the negative portions of furry has brought about into the media.
Oh, yeah.
But my cousin has reassured him that I'm not like one of those people, and he has pretty much adopted it as just, I'm just a normal guy. I'm still the same person, I just happen to like something that has fur on it.
Exactly. No, it's completely understandable. Once you know, it's the same reason that my family is just say, oh, it's awesome. The first time off is just like, we're therapists. I'm like, yeah, I know. So, but no, in a way, it's like, it's a correlation. The best way I explain it is I work in mental health and I work with people who, do therapy and sessions and do all that stuff. This is my therapy. And that's the best way I can justify it. And almost anyone who I talk to, even in or out of friends, like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. Like, well, yeah, I think all these people that are like therapists have heard this norm and they're all norm people or drivers. No, I have my fun stuff too. So it's, sounds good. I enjoy it. It's a cool hobby.
Yeah, it's been really good for me because a lot of my friends, family, and neighbors are very stoked about it. We do a neighbor, my family and I, we do a neighborhood movie night with friends and neighbors, and once a year we do a furry movie night that we've been doing for about 3 years now. Yeah, so I invite friends of mine that are furries, and I encourage them to wear their fursuits, and I try to make sure that I plan it where it's not in the middle of the summer, but not too far into the fall where it's going to be way too cold to fursuit. And it becomes a really good time. And it became so much of a good time that the second year that we did it, my neighbor who lives across the street from me is a photographer and an art professor in town. And he got super stoked and said, "Hold on, everybody get together. I'm going to go get my camera." And he brought over his old tin photography set that he put on. Yeah, so it's like 150-year-old camera that he had us all get together and set up and get our picture taken, and we have the whole thing framed and saved that we bring out every single year. It's pretty gorgeous. If I could find it now, I would bring it out and try and show it on here.
Oh, absolutely. That's phenomenal when it works out, for sure. Like, that is great.
That very same year, my parents, who have been encouraging and supportive of the whole situation, they came out and they wore masks to kind of give that sense
Oh,
of
that is so supportive. That is wonderful. That's so
we're in the
cool.
process of getting a fursuit not just for me made by my mother and my aunt, but my mother wants a fursuit too.
Oh my goodness! See, it's catching on. It's like a good disease. Everyone's gonna catch the coronavirus. Yeah, I just patented that one. I just patented that one, folks. The coronavirus. It's gonna spread worse than the corona.
Actually, I think it might spread better because the only recovery is to put yourself out there.
Yes, exactly, exactly. All right. Next question. What did you want to be as a kid growing up?
Uh, Believe it or not, I wanted to be an archaeologist.
Nice. Very cool.
Because I got a passion for history and discovering how things came the way that they are, and also figuring out how different societies interact. And it still sort of exists within me. I still have that knowledge of history and still that passion for understanding human cultures. So much so that I did get an honor in social studies when I graduated from high school.
Nice.
With theater, of course.
Very cool. That's awesome. Exactly. And even like here and now, even make it a hobby, right? I mean, there's all sorts of ways to still study and be involved with it in some way, shape, or form. Like they even have probably like what volunteers in like the historical societies and stuff like that. I tell you what, I'm on that page. I'm a history buff. I love that stuff. It's just amazing. Like, and even one of my favorite shows is like Pawn Stars. Not so much like not so much the guys, lowballing all the customers, but the fact where it's just like you get all this history about that artifact, and it's just like, oh, this gun belonged to this gunslinger in 1884, and he went and shot at Wyatt Earp, and Wyatt Earp, and just like that's awesome. That's more the focus. That's what I love about that show. Is those historical aspects, rather than Greg being like, "I'll give you $20." Yeah. What? Oh no, but yeah, exactly. It's just amazing things you can find in history.
And I love living in this town too because there's all sorts of different locations and different buildings that have been preserved by the Minnesota Historical Society to bring about all these different pieces of history that a lot of people don't really pay attention to. Like there's a real working farm that is built in this one of the 1800s that is still worked on by staff and volunteers, and the minute you go there, you are literally transported back in time to this farm that actually existed.
Are you you're talking about Kelly Farm, are you? Oh, Kelly Farm, nice. I've been there, done that. It was a great. I know, right? Fantastic. No, my family, like every year, brothers and sisters, they're I got some to live in like Big Lake, so they're like not not that far from there. So they love to go there and venture like every year, especially when they do like the breakfast on the farm thing and stuff like that. But fantastic, fantastic country Harley breakfast situation. And you can go and check out how things worked back in the day. They didn't have the milkers. They didn't. Have, your milkers were these. So. Exactly. Oh, geez. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Next question. Do you dance, craft, suit make? Do you have a special talent? Please tell us.
Oh goodness, where to start?
Oh.
So many talents to name. I do dance.
Yes.
Mainly one of the big repertoires when it comes to performing in theater, especially in musicals. I would show you, but I don't have enough room to dance.
Oh.
I do sing because that's another repertoire in getting things going when you're in a musical.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, good singing voice to follow not just music, but then have to bring up that emotion and have the audience follow that emotion that you're expressing in that moment. It's just like, yes, I couldn't agree with you more.
I also play one musical instrument that I am self-taught in from last year.
What is that?
It's this beautiful baby.
Oh, ukulele. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's wonderful. I know I had quite a few homeboys in the Navy days that somewhere from like Samoa area, and just man, just picked him up. He was doing like just like what's his face? Oh, he did the Over the Rainbow song.
Bitz.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, he just picked it up and just did this. I'm like, God, you're good at this.
Well, it's kind of that traditional sense that exists within Polynesian culture is that it's kind of one of those things that most of the people there kind of pick it up because it's that relatively native instrument. Even though when you look at the history of it all, it didn't actually start with the native Polynesian culture. The Spaniards and conquistadors that were coming through in the Polynesian islands and Hawaii happened to have this along, and they just kind of plucked around here and there and didn't really get it. And then they handed it off to the people of the Polynesian culture, and they were able to sort of learn quickly and make it their own before the conquistadors could actually master it.
Nice. Very cool. There we go. We got a history lesson. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic talent. Fantastic information. Oh, let's see.
I should probably go on with my talents because I'm not done yet.
Here we go. Do it.
I am also a very skilled card player.
Oh.
Because I have won a couple of tournaments in my time.
Nice.
I have also been very talented in organizing many different things, which goes back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I am also one of the head organizers and head people of a local Yu-Gi-Oh! Group that I have here in town.
Nice.
I've been doing that for almost as long as I've been a furry.
Wow, that is fantastic. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Man, is there anything you can't do?
I can't do a handstand.
Oh, water cool.
As much as I would love to, I cannot handstand for the life of me.
It's like one of those. I don't blame you though, because it's one of those. I can do like a cartwheel and things like that, but it's just like something about being on the handstand. I have this fear of like falling on my head or something. And it's like I shake. So I don't blame you. I would not be a fan either.
I can also sew a little bit.
Nice.
It comes from my mother, who's a crafter. I can also bike ride because I use that as my main transportation around town until the snow hits.
Oh yeah.
And I'm also known as a very gifted. I just had a brain fart. Excuse me. Um, there was another talent in my mind, but I can't remember what it was.
It's all right. Maybe at some point if it comes back fresh, then you can just leave it in whenever you want. Move on to our next question. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be? I had to do it with my genie voice.
Oh my goodness. How I would love to have 3 wishes and know exactly what I want them to be. Um, One has always been the power to transport into any animal I so choose.
Nice, nice.
Uh, Second, have the power to allow other people to transform into other animals if they so choose. And 3, have a understanding and compassion for those around.
Hmm. I know that'd be fantastic. That's very, very thoughtful. Especially, it's just like sometimes it's like say here because you see the moments where some individual has some sort of dilemma or tragedy or this or that. And sometimes you're pretty good at providing that shoulder to cry on, that love and condolence and all that. But then sometimes there's a situation you don't really know what to say. It's just like, uh, but sometimes it's just even like one of the biggest things is sometimes, as they say, sometimes even in therapy, it's better just to let them vent. More than anything, that's just as effective as trying to sit there and give ideas and solutions. Because then sometimes they'll sit there and they'll devise their own solutions by talking about it. It's actually kind of interesting how that works. So yeah, I hear you.
Right.
All right.
That's going back to the quote that a artist I love says in his very famous songs is, if lots more of us loved each other, we would solve lots more problems.
I hear you, man. Amen, brother. Amen. Fantastic. That's a great line. Spread the love, people. Spread the love. We need it more than ever, especially in these dire times. Boy. All right. Okay. Ah, favorite video game or movie? Oh yeah. I just
So,
want.
favorite movie is hands down Beaver than Death. I actually did a college thesis for my theater history class that was focused on the storyline behind Guy Fawkes, and I dressed as me as I slowly gave my presentation.
That's hot. Oh, dude. To get to see like a recap recording, that'd be awesome. Just see you slowly put everything on, the mask and the cloak and the hat, and just like, yes, I love it. That was a good movie. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
And yeah,
there's still so many quotes that I say something about it every single day that makes sense with how the world is going nowadays. But people should not be afraid of the government. Governments should be afraid of the people.
mm, mm,
As for favorite video game, it's really, really tough because it really all depends upon the type of mood that I'm in or the type of storytelling that I love because I love storytelling that exists within video games more
oh
so than
yes,
the gameplay aspect.
agreed.
It's really hard for me to say exactly which one is my favorite, but one of my top favorites is The World Ends With You.
Nice, very
I
nice.
just heard that they are creating an anime series for it in 2021.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice. See what I mean?
My friend was happy. I said,
I know, right? Everyone said that like as soon as I found out that Final Fantasy VII was going to do like the Advent Children and the all the different little spin-offs in the movies, I'm just like, oh, I gotta see it now. When it was the first original Advent Children dubbed in Japanese, I saw it in Sasebo, Japan. On some guy pirated it on his laptop when it first
oh
came
my
out.
god.
and I watch it. I didn't even care if it was Japanese. I'm like the seeing cloud and the different Sephiroths and all that. I was just like, so this is what happened after the events of FS7. I'm like, oh, I got me hooked. I couldn't resist. I had to watch it from start to finish. And I think I missed like I think it was like late for getting back to the ship, or it was something. I was like, it was worth it. I had to watch it. Oh, good. Anyway, here we go. Ah, okay. Do you drink, and what is your favorite drink, if you do?
I actually don't drink.
Oh, good. Excellent. Very cool.
That doesn't mean that I don't partake in it.
Ah,
Um, it's mainly because I cannot stand the bitter taste of alcohol for most alcoholic drinks.
right.
So whenever I'm given any sort of drink, and this is just kind of a fair warning, just keep in mind I won't drink much, but I will drink anything that is sweet. So
Okay.
one of my favorite alcoholic drinks, and usually my only favorite alcoholic drink, is a very, very sweet pink wine that you cannot buy anywhere else, that I have just a few bottles left in my stash of. It is a Roscata.
Oh, yes. Mm. Don't get me wrong, like I don't blame you, dude. Some of the sweet wines out there are just phenomenal. Then some are like trying to be the whole healthy red wine. I'm like, oh, they're just like it's supposed to be healthy, but then you take a sip of it and it tastes like a foot. And it's like, no, I can't do it. Because yeah, I don't blame you for developing a particular taste, you know. So
No, there's actually my other favorite drink of choice, or one that is still available, is a Roscata that is a red, that is the same one that they use in Olive Garden.
oh,
You can
nice,
still buy it on the shelves.
very cool. That is always nice, especially in Olive Garden when they offer like with any meal. They're like, oh, we recommend this wine, and I'm just like, okay, and, you take the sample, and I'm like, nope, okay, this is okay, kind of reactions. So Roscata, I'll keep that in mind. All right. Do you have any fursuit crushes?
Oh,
Oh,
I never thought I would ever be asked that question.
oh yes. I just
Usually,
want.
I read that as I have an actual romantic crush on someone, but I've learned over the years that that's not necessarily what people say that particular phrase for. So, as for fursuit crushes, I don't really have one.
Okay.
Um, but as for fursuiters that I love, just as
Oh, there you go. Yeah, a favorite. Yeah, there we go. Favorite suitor.
my favorite suitor still is probably one of the first ones that got me introduced to furry, which I got to meet last year during my shift at Furry Migration, which was
Oh,
Buddy.
really?
Yes,
Nice.
Buddy is probably the most positive individual that you will ever meet.
Oh,
He has shown me that you don't have to be serious about everything,
yeah,
and you can still have fun with anything in life and still have a smile on your face while doing it.
exactly. That is a great outlook and positivity example is Buddy, and that's great because holy moly, you gotta bring. Gotta say it. That's one of the biggest things with the family being positive in it, and unfortunately, there is the negative. And but I think the overall balance, we're moving in a positive direction, I think. So that's definitely the way to go. Because sometimes you see it on the different platforms, you see negative energy, and I want, I like the little emoji where you get like the popcorn. I just sit there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, here's some drama. This is good. I don't partake in it, but I love to watch it. I'm just, and it,
What was it? It was with Buddy. He was at a convention, and it was just this long three-part video of Buddy, Drama Llama, and Jesus walk into a convention.
oh wow,
It's one of the most hysterical interactions that you'll ever see because it's the Drama Llama fursuiter trying to act as depressed as possible and have as much negative energy and everybody is trying everything in his book to make him as happy as he can.
Dude, I tell you what, that sounds like one of those chat rooms on Telegram. That's what it pretty much is. Just it's been like half the night sometimes with some of them just being like, well, we got to look at this, look at the positive. Well, this and this and this. I'm just like, just over and over and trying to be like, dude, things are not that bad. Look at the positive things around you. And some of them, it eventually catches on, but that sounds just like, well, no, I can't. And I'm just like, come on, dude. Just even smiling is already a beginning. That's already a start in a positive direction. Okay.
Well, I've learned kind of with something like that is sometimes you just can't fight that. You just have to let it be as is. So you just kind of don't give up, but just kind of breathe and just kind of accept things as is. And just say, you know what? Yeah. And just give that person their space.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually things will hopefully get better for them.
Right. Actually, one of the coolest quotes I saw from one of the healing chats or whatever, they were talking about it, is how they came out of like the depressive state, is when they said, at one point, I just told myself, it doesn't make any sense to be sad. It makes no sense at all, because then that's when he started being positive and stuff. He's just like, at one point, he's like, I'm just sad, but it doesn't make any sense why I'm sad. So it made more sense to be happy than sad. I'm just like, I did like one of those little biz points. I'm like, this guy, let's know what he's got. He knows where he's going with that one. I love it. All right. Here we go. What is your favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. Hands down, green tea ice cream.
Oh my God, I'm hungry right now. That sounds so good. I've never tried it. For some reason, it sounds fantastic. Is it like is it like a sweet green tea flavor to it?
Um, Somewhat.
Okay.
You do get this creamy green tea taste more than the actual sweet green tea.
Right.
If you're going to try any flavors of it, go for Haagen-Dazs. Don't go for any other brand because most of the time it's super bitter.
Absolutely. I don't blame you. Amazing how just certain ice creams just like cookie dough for me. Like I can eat that. I could eat that. I could eat that all day, every day for the rest of my life. I'd never get sick of it. Some just some about raw cookie dough flavor and vanilla it's the bee's knees. It gets me every time.
Yeah.
All right. What was the longest you've ever stayed awake? Yeah, I just went there too. And it doesn't have to be at a convention because that ain't always the case.
Thank goodness. I would probably have to say about my high school graduation.
Ooh.
It was up at around maybe 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, if I remember right. Because it has been over 10 years since then.
Oh wow.
So I got up early that morning. I got dressed. I had lunch with family and friends. Then I got down to the convention center that we were doing my high school graduation ceremony at. Oh, wait, no. I forgot one other crucial part to this story.
Oh yes.
So my family and I used to do DJ and karaoke shows for all sorts of different functions. And my high school just so happened to hire our company to do the all-night senior, where it was a lock.
Oh yeah.
So
That's awesome.
we got up at about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning to go for an hour-long drive down to where we were doing this all-night party at to set up everything for this show. We were doing both DJ and karaoke. We were more successful with karaoke than anything else. Just
Yeah, that's a good. Minnesota.
Yeah, so we set up all of our equipment. We quickly got done with that, had lunch, then took me down to my high school graduation ceremony. Then immediately after I was done with that, I was fished out by both of my parents to go out to where our graduation party was. And we played there till about maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe even 6 o'clock in the morning. And then we tore everything down, got it done around about maybe 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, just as the sun was creeping over the horizon. Drove all the way back home at about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, spent the whole day resting, and then waking up at about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then hauling all of our equipment back into storage. So I had been up for at least 24 hours.
Yeah. Especially when you read, hear about some people that will go like some people that don't sleep for days, they're like insomniacs. I'm just like, how do you do it? It's enough. Yep, I'd say probably the longest, maybe like maybe 2.5 days. I think for me was one of my personal best. But that was the point where I was just like, you're completely brain mush. You have no idea what's going on because you're just so tired. But
right, at that point you're just running off fumes and you're just barely functioning.
oh, absolutely. All right, next question. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Are you single, taken, and if you're taken, who with?
I'm currently single. I was dating at one point with someone who did come into the furry community for a little bit, but then left after we broke up. But she was more there for support than actual being a part of it all. But I am not currently seeking a partner at this time. Mainly because I just don't feel that I can provide for a relationship.
I don't blame you. There's a lot of as they call it the term in the fandom, single Pringle. I know quite a few that are. Technically, I fall into that spectrum. I'm also single Pringle, but it's like, hey, it's not like a requirement, but the right one does come along when you least expect it. So it's and they're not telling the other birds that they might be looking too. You never know, right? Oh, we got two single Pringle here, y'all. So you never know. Looking for love. All right, here we go. Hobbies, sports, school. Do you have anything that we haven't really mentioned? Any special hobbies or anything?
So I have mentioned biking. I do write every so often. Not so much as I used to when I was starting out in furry, but I do write songs now.
Cool.
I am currently in the works of trying to get a collaboration going with one of my first songs I've written on YouTube. That is very furry.
Oh, nice. Oh, that'd be so. Oh, dude, please keep us informed when that comes up. I'd love to see that. That'd be fantastic. I think a lot of bands that do like the concerts do some songs that are like furry themed songs, so it's fantastic to see new material coming out. Oh, all right.
But as for other hobbies, I have already mentioned games and of course Yu-Gi-Oh! And not to mention cosplay because that's my other angle when it comes to doing anything furry related. My other hobbies that I do is hiking.
Nice.
Especially when I'm up at Lake Superior.
Yep. Lots of good hiking spots.
And then my other one that I would love to get back into that I sort of do every so often is fencing.
Ooh, really? Very nice.
I started back in high school in my sophomore year. fairly well until my senior year, where I dedicated most of my time with theater, of course.
Yep. Nice. Very cool. Uh-oh. There we go. Single Pringle, and he knows swordsmanship. There we go. I mean, what? I mean, how is this guy still single? Jeez, what's going on here? Man. All right. Favorite color?
That's easy. Green, just like my persona.
Oh,
Because it has a lot of influence and meaning for me in my life because it reflects the color of nature that I am very much supporting and an advocate for. Well, that's another hobby of mine. I do a little bit of activism when it comes to different things, but I won't get into too much detail on that because I might get political.
uh-oh. Oh, no. Political in the fandom? Woo!
And I guess that goes into politics too because I have been supported with a lot of different political organizations and groups that have used that exact same color green that most of these types of politicians that have used that color have become friends of mine in life.
Very cool. Awesome. Fantastic. Our environment is very so precious, especially, like I said, being up in Minnesota where I'm from originally. Once you get up past, like, once you go beyond the Granite Lakes area and all that, it turns all the green. You know, it becomes a civilized, just all pine trees, lakes, streams. And actually, one of the coolest spots I've ever been to is I went there with my dad about a year and a half ago, and that was the beginning of the Mississippi River from Lake Itasca.
Oh, yes.
Yep, and it's just
I did do that with my family when I was very, very young.
Yep.
There was during the middle of winter, so there was just a ton of ice, but there was still a little bit of a trickle that we could see running through the forest.
Yep. It's just amazing, and it's like, so you guys have seen the Mississippi River, have been around it, you know how huge it gets. It like starts like, oh my goodness, it's like not even it's barely the width of my TV desk here. Just a little stream, and that's the Mississippi River. That's all it starts from, and before you know it, it turns into what it is. And now the other end is that my dad and I really want to do is we want to go down to New Orleans and have the ending of the Mississippi River into the Gulf of Mexico. So that's on the to-do list for sure. All right. Ah, last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go, people. Here we go, folks. Last question. All right. This is a tough one. Brace yourself. Do you have any questions for me? Yes. Yes.
That's a tough question.
I don't know. I decided I like to be all dramatic with it just to add that to it. So everyone's like, ooh, and I'm like, nah, it's just do you have anything for me.
Well, my biggest question I had for you in regards to your persona is why the split in color and name splits?
Okay. So this will be a long story short thing. So it'll be an extended one. I guess the biggest one is the fact that the best way to really explain it is on two different colors in one is in my work life, you work and like I work for the government, I work with psychologists, I work with all these individuals that you get this thing where it's like you ever know how like there's the where you work hard to get to the top by just working hard and doing your job, and then there's the let's just say the brown nosing types. So it's like and they hence
I know it very well.
so hence the two worlds is in order to advance and move way up really quick and fast is to do the one way. But me, I'm kind of both worlds. So I kind of talk to the bigs, and I'm like, oh hey, I rub shoulders, but I work hard at the same time. So it's kind of I'm moving up and not too quickly, and hence the ones that are in that the quad as they call them, they want me to join their club, and I'm just like, I'm already I'll get along with you, but I don't really agree with your values very much. So I just like being doing my regular thing. So kind of being torn between those two worlds, really. And in other words, like really being torn between my furry life and my work life. So it's like I've only told like family I'm a furry, a couple close friends that I'm a furry, and like one coworker knows that I am, and that's it. I haven't, and it's so it's that tough part is being split between two different worlds. And that's about like I'd say about the best part of it to really describe in that aspect of being split down the middle. And another one, I guess, that finally, when I came out as a furry about a year, about 6, 7 months ago to my family, first thing my brother said, he looked at my suit. He's just like, "Is that kind of like saying that your identity is bi? You know, my preference." I'm like, maybe that might have a little something to do with it. But anyway, amongst the many other things, that's kind of the splits, being split between those worlds and stuff like that. And then I guess I don't know if you see my full suit; it's hanging out there right now. But I got like a black kind of cross on my chest on my suit, and that represents that I graduated from a Christian university about like 6, 7 years ago, and I'm also a Christian as well. So that's kind of the part of my suit that represents that. So it's and then the scar, like my eye here, I guess is like I got another one on my leg on my suit hanging up. It represents scars in the past because I think we all have scars in the past and stuff like that. And just yes, that's about the long story gist of why splits came to be, if that makes any sense.
Oh, no, that makes perfect sense.
Right.
I've understood that very well because my father is a union steward.
Yep.
Yep. He has done all sorts of different things of trying to sort of get into those types of situations where he speaks with the bosses, he speaks with the coworkers, and he goes back and forth on trying to be understanding of the current situations and trying to fight for people being able to get their jobs and keep their benefits that they have for doing their jobs.
Yep.
Some of these cases have been legitimate reasons of why they need to fight for that position. Other times it's almost impossible to because um, the employee definitely messed up and they definitely should be learning from their mistake. Without going into too much detail
Right.
into some of the reports, there was one particular case that he dealt with where one particular individual called in and said that he was sick.
Yeah.
But wanted to go and see the Dalai Lama because it was part of his culture and his livelihood.
Oh boy.
And he ended up getting a photo with the Dalai Lama and
Put it up.
on the front page of the newspaper.
Oh boy.
And so he went to work the next day, and his boss had the paper on his desk and said, "Weren't you sick yesterday?" So he decided to call the union, get the stewardship going, and there literally was nothing they could do.
Right.
Because he pretty much messed up. But to go into my point of understanding it is that he's always said this one particular phrase that makes sense for everybody in the union and the bosses.
Yeah.
And that is respect is a two-way street.
Yep. Yep.
So you have to show respect in different ways to different people in order to not only get what you need, but also take care of business that shouldn't be in business.
Agreed. Very much agree with you because I'm actually, it's like Pat's split decision is I'm actually contemplating being a union steward myself at work because if it's one thing that just drives me nuts, I mean, yeah, like you said, that one guy, that situation, nothing you can do. But then when people, they do corporate weird stuff and they think they can get away with that stuff and just, as they call it, witch hunt, where they'll say someone did something and they didn't do it. I would love to have the ability to go into an office with a supervisor and a higher up and just be like, no, you can't do it because it just feel like because it's like it's good because it's like I'm definitely I'm a union member because I love having that ability to where they just can't go around bullying people like that. I totally am against that stuff, and when I see it in action, it just infuriates me when it happens to someone else. It's like you can't do that, but they're doing it and they're getting away with it. I'm like now it's like I'm considering going for a stewardship at some point. It's just I can't believe some of the stuff they let these. And it's like, oh, I'm a nurse or doctor. It's like, it doesn't matter who you are. You cannot do that. So,
Right.
yeah.
Actually, my father has been dealing with a lot of cases with that since the world pandemic had started
Yep.
because a lot of people, left and right, were being cut from their jobs because of the funding that was going through the hospital. And so, because of all of that, they had to settle on some sort of agreement with the bosses to not only keep some jobs for all of the employees, but also make sure that when things start to get better, which hopefully will happen at some point, they will have their job, they will have their benefits, they will be able to have all of these things in place so that when they go back to work, nothing is different.
Exactly. Very much agree. Especially just, I've always been a purveyor and advocate, and I completely agree with fair and equal treatment for all. Because just like hence, like I was saying, going back to work is that's one thing. Being put in the middle, being that little innocent child that's took both ways. It's just, it's really what it's something else that when I see other people getting mistreated for whatever, it makes the fiery dragon come out. So, yeah, I'll definitely keep everyone posted. I'm actually considering it. That I've talked about it. Maybe I will do a first union steward at some point. It'd be kind of interesting to go and see and have that ability and to be able to be that shoulder, that extra sense of security that the person know what's going to happen to them to be like, no, there's nothing going to happen to you because it's like whatever it was, the upper bid was completely illegal. Like, you got nothing to worry about. So we're going to take that reprimand and you got your job. Never mind, you can't do that. It would just be hilarious. Just, a supervisor like storm out. They're like, yeah, you can't do that. So absolutely, I am very much for unions. All right. So after that little TED talk, it has been fantastic taking time out of your evening there for to talk to us, and I'm really appreciative that you were able to take some time and answer some wonderful questions. And you have any goodbye messages you want to tell our audience?
Well, I will probably say the one phrase that I've been taught in my life that has gotten me through so many different things that my father has taught me through every single situation, school-wise and other, is just this one three-sentence phrase that has gotten me through everything. And that is good, better, best. Let it rest till your good is better and your better is the best.
Yeah, that is poetic. I love it. That's beautiful, beautiful words. That's a great thing to live by. Cannot agree with you more. That's a great, just positive way to live life. Just best the best and do your best. Better is better. That is absolutely. Especially like the ones that say like your biggest competitor is yourself.
Yep. And us theater people, we are our own worst critics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We watch our performances and we are self-critiquing all the way through.
I hear you, dude. Like especially student dance videos, they take a look and like this one's good, and then this one's like, God, it was horrible. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go there, Mr. Poetry. Thank you so much again for taking time out of your night, and thank you and spending time with our wonderful audience. So, you take care and have a good night. Okay.
Yeah. Before I go, I might as well plug social medias so that way people can follow me elsewhere outside of this interview.
Please do.
So I am on Facebook here. You can just type in the Poetry Ninja. You'll find me under my regular name, Andy. I am also on Twitter. You can type in Ninja Poetry. I'm there as well. I am on Per Affinity as the Poetry Ninja. And I am also on YouTube. I'm not as active as I used to, but I am going to hopefully start changing all of that sometime this year. And I am just the Poetry Ninja on YouTube.
There you go, folks. Find wonderfully very, very, very talented individual. Poetry Ninja on all the different platforms. Type it in, you will definitely find him. So, absolutely. So, thank you so much. You have a great night and take care, okay?
Thanks.
We'll
Bye, everyone.
Yep, good night. Good night, you guys. Good night. Oh, where's my arrow? Oh, there we go. And there you have it, folks. Another wonderful interview with another wonderful furry in the fandom. I love hearing and seeing you guys coming and taking time out of your night to talk to me and share this wonderful love we have and all these wonderful furries in the fandom. You guys have a great night. Dutchy boops and hugs. Till we meet again next week. We have another furry interview on Saturday, so stick around. Stay classy, you guys. Love you. Bye. Night. Good night.